Hey everybody, it's Dr. Julie Quinn here, and I'd like to introduce you to Week 3, Module 3, okay? This is the Applying Analysis module, and across these next 7 days, you've got 5 assignments. Actually, 3 are graded, but 2 are graded by me. That's Exercise 3.2 and Exercise 3.5, okay? So take a look at each of these assignments. You're going to go through them. I would do 1 or 2 a day. I wouldn't try to do them all at once, and let's take a look at what you've got here. So 3.1 is a reading called Preparing for Your Writing Plan, and it also has an embedded video. You've got each of these different sections of the assignment to review. If you expand on each of these tabs, you'll get some really good information. We'll be exploring, based on the article you chose in Module 1, what the author's claim is, finding key points, your author's audience, the choices they make to connect with that audience, and do you believe their claim is strong or weak? Did they make a good argument, or they made an argument but it didn't really quite stick, right? You'll click on 3.2, and what you'll see here is the writing plan, right? So you get an opportunity to, again, based on 3.1 readings, think about the terms and the elements of the article that we're asking you to expand on. This is much more in-depth than the Module 1 writing notes, okay? So you can see here that we've got these prompts, and what I would do, what I normally recommend for students is you're welcome to cut this and paste this into a Word document. And then each response should be a full paragraph. The idea is to take your time to explore the ideas, and sometimes we don't quite know what we're thinking about until we write it down, and then you can look back and say, oh, I didn't realize I felt that way. Sometimes we write to knowledge. Well, often, we write to knowledge, and so that's what this assignment is asking you to do. So for the assignment rubric, you have categories of proficiency, needs improvement, and not evident. What is the author's argument? What are their key points and reasoning? You'll need both to get to the proficient category in this section. Talking about audience, right? Look, there's often multiple parts to each question. That's why it's important to write these in a full paragraph. Who the audience is, sometimes there's different groups. They may have a primary and a secondary audience, for example. And why the message is relevant to that group of readers. What choices did the author make specifically with maybe the questions that they posed, the details they provided, or the data that they used? Be specific and show how they connected with that audience. This is going to help you write your essay later. Then you get to determine, it doesn't matter what I think about the articles. It matters how you can back up your thoughts with evidence. And so this evaluation, if you were praising the author in these sections, but you said the author wasn't that successful, and you may seem inconsistent. So all of these sections are actually interrelated in that it's helping you build momentum toward creating a draft that analyzes the text in depth. Okay, so we're coming at the text from a variety of angles, and your job is to do the best job you can in analyzing this text, whether they're effective, who their audience is, what details they use, so on and so forth. Finally, articulation of response. This has to do with, did you use the grammar check? Did you use the spell check? Did you print the article out before you submitted it? Did you maybe work with the Writing Center tutors? Did you set up time with me in conference? If you're struggling, especially based on the prior feedback you've got for the 1.3 discussion, the 1.2 discussion, the 1.6 writing notes, and within the next couple of days, certainly, you should be getting feedback on your Module 2 assignments, and that should be some grammar feedback embedded there as well. So all of this together equals 100%. Remember, the students that do the best will work on making sure they answer each part of each prompt. Each of these are a prompt question. And then print their assignment out, print the rubric out, and use this rubric as an evaluating checklist to make sure you have every section. That's how you'll get an A on this assignment. 3.3 is a temperature check for analysis, right? And you get to begin it. It's a quiz. It's less of a quiz, but more of how many of the ideas from prior in this module are sticking. Then you've got creating an outline activity. Outlines don't always work for every student, but they are really helpful for most of us. And so practicing it and determining whether that applies to you as a writer is a really good activity, especially early on in the analysis project that we're doing. And then finally, you have 3-5 activity. This is based on completion, so no outline is the perfect outline, but you've got to do the work to make sure that you continue to be thinking about the article and you get those practices in, right? So especially for assignment 3-2, you can go back to your assignments tab and you can see how the major assignment you submit in Brightspace is 3-2. Everything else is submitted in MindEdge this week. Always as ever, check your announcements. I'm about to post this video in an announcement, but check your announcements just to make sure I've got additional tutorials in here and other bits on how do you find or double check your due dates and how do you find the assignment feedback. Double check your announcements at least twice a week because I tend to do 2 or 3 announcements a week. And I'm excited to see how your analysis develops on your chosen articles this week. Reach out if you have any questions. I look forward to chatting with many of you.